Alright, Evil Talks.
I believe that Dan Leach would have murdered again. I believe that he would have became a serial killer.
In August of 2004, Dan Leach pleads guilty to murder. He returns to court for his sentencing.
Sir, I assume full responsibility for my actions, and I plead guilty.
His plan was to be forgiven so he can get into heaven, because, he confessed. He's not getting there because I'm not going to forgive him. Ever.
Alright, think about that. She says,
was to be forgiven so he can get into heaven, because, he confessed. He's not getting there because I'm not going to forgive him. Ever.
she's not going to forgive him ever. She claims he's not getting to heaven. Now, I have to be sympathetic because this
was to be forgiven so he can get into heaven.
This guy murdered.
So, he confessed. He's not getting there because I'm not going to.
And this woman's daughter was murdered. So the murderer confessed, took full responsibility, and the mother doesn't want to forgive him. All right, so and that's the problem. See, it's tough because you got to feel sorry for this woman. Her daughter was murdered. In fact, if you knew the whole story, how her teenage daughter was in a wreck, she broke her skull. She was in a coma. She was in the hospital, and she suffered brain damage, and she wasn't normal. Okay, and so this guy that murdered her was her former boyfriend, and he went to the hospital to see her, and he ended up sleeping with her, and she got pregnant, and he felt guilty about it, so he murdered her, and he set it up to look like a suicide, and he actually had everybody fooled, and then he just decided one day, you know what, I gotta confess. So he goes in with his family and his pastor to the police department, and he just confesses. So catches them all off guard, surprises them all, and he just confessed and pled guilty and took responsibility for what he did. Now, understandably, this woman is very hurt. All right, but there's a problem here. And that is, if she doesn't forgive him, there's a question that is asked in the Bible that relates directly to this. In Matthew 6, if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. And if ye from your hearts forgive not everyone of his, not everyone his brothers their trespasses, why would God forgive you of your trespasses against him? If you do not forgive, neither will your Father which is in heaven forgive your trespasses. So you see the danger in that, and you got to really consider this, because what happens at the end of the world when you find out the murderer is going to heaven and the victim's mother is not? Alright? And the irony, right?